My name is King. So today, data journalism has become a buzzword in the media industry, and many newsrooms are scrambling to use data in their stories. However, it doesn't mean everybody can produce good data journalism. Let's have a look at my favorite charts. I'm not sure cutting a head into slices helps to present data. And I'm pretty sure chart does not help when your math is wrong. So how do we avoid all these bad charts? Of course, we need people who know data journalism in the newsroom. However, currently the way to produce data journalism is very resource intensive. Big newsrooms like New York Times have over 1,200 editorial staff. And the graphic department that produces data components alone has about 40 people. But for a small newsroom like my partner, Foreign Policy, the whole newsroom has only 40 people, equals to just one department in the Times. So there's this huge gap in the industry. To narrow this gap, I developed DataN. DataN is a program that lowers the barrier for small newsrooms to integrate data journalism into their daily operation. It helps them to produce credible, engaging, and comprehensible journalism. Together with Foreign Policy, we developed training modules, we selected and customized a set of tools, and we prepared documentation for each tool. We integrated all these materials into an internal training website that the journalists can refer to when they need to work with data. So here's a quick view of what we have built. This is the website that has all the tools and documentation. And for open source tool like Data Wrapper, we customize the colors, the fonts, and the size, so the journalists, they don't have to do it manually every time they need to build a chart. We also built specialized data visualization tools for Foreign Policy, and this is one of them. And each of these tools, we prepare step-by-step instruction and documentation for them. So besides tools, we also have guidelines on data visualization, like which chart to choose, what do you want to present, and how we build this program. First, we ask the journalists, what do they need, and what problems they are facing. And most of them told us two major problems. First is time, and the second is how to visualize data. So with this feedback in mind, we designed and ran the project. Tonight, I just want to share two key findings in this project. The first is flexible and customized modules. In a small newsroom, we know time is an issue. It is extremely hard to gather everyone at the same time for training. So, we broke our training materials into small pieces that can be mixed and matched into different modules for different groups of journalists. And we conducted quick and short training sessions in small groups for the journalists. The second is tool. Journalists are not only busy, most of them, they don't like coding. So we need to select tools that are easy to use, that require minimal time, they don't require coding skill, and can be customized to fit the house style, and will be frequently used in future stories. After the training, some of the journalists put the tools and skills to work almost immediately. Here are some examples. From the feedback that we conducted after the training, out of 13 journalists we trained, almost half said they have learned something useful. 4 said they still have questions, which I think is good. And 3 of them felt that it was too basic. That's even better. 90% of the journalists were interested to have more advanced training. I think that's a very, very good feedback. From here, we can also see that a one-time training is never enough. We need long-term support for the journalists. And that's something I want to develop after this program. DataN is not just designed for foreign policy. It can be applied to small newsrooms, not just in the US, but other parts of the world. It lowers the barrier to produce data journalism. It accelerates the development of data journalism in the newsroom. I believe every newsroom should have its own DataN. So if you want to build a DataN for your newsroom, I am more than happy to help. You can visit my blog for more details about the program. I want to thank Emma, Ben, Jay, Zoe, all my classmates in Studio 20, and of course, my wife, Lily. Thank you.